So I wanted to talk to you about what I've been noticing as a trend lately with the news media. I've been watching a lot of news from the States, actually from all over the world. I watch news, even UK. And what I've noticed, kasi with, with what's going on right now, especially with the Trump administration, because of Trump himself, because he's so bombastic and out there and outrageous, that the media is like freaking out and starting to push back. And I understand the pushback. I understand.
Yeah.
When you have a president that keeps coming up with, my God, like so many sound bites, insane sound bites. I mean, we've been getting our share of that, I think, in a worse scale. Nga eh. Then you get pushback from media. Now, the difference between Philippine media and US media is that the US news outfits are more, wow, they fight back. I don't know, with Philippines kasi parang tingin pa nga tayo eh. We're a little bit more respectful eh, I think eh. But in the States...
Yeah, no, I think not a little bit. I think we are we're a lot more respectful.
It's a big difference, right? So would you say that, okay, have you seen how the reporters, when they do a press con with the president, how the way they question him? Now, the last one that was a big issue was the Asian reporter who asked Trump, why are you prioritizing that the US is doing a good job with the testing and better than everyone else when people are dying? Why is it competition for you?
Clearly, she was leading to something, right? She wanted to get a reaction from him. She wanted a soundbite from him that probably she knew that he would gladly make because he's Trump, because he wants to, he likes to do these things. So she was waiting for that soundbite to say something outrageous, and he did. He said something a little outrageous, and he said it to an Asian American. He said, ask China. So basically, she snapped.
Yeah.
Because she's Chinese. And that's why she said, why are you directing that at me? Not the one to the defense of Trump, but she asked the question. So he has to direct.
Oh, good point.
He has to direct it at her because she asked the question. So if I was Trump, I wouldn't have said that, right? But she asked the question. I would direct the answer towards her. It was a question that she clearly knew that she could get a juicy soundbite from it, or at least a good reaction from it. And she got a great reaction in terms of how many people would watch it.
Yeah, but the mileage, oh my God.
Wow. And then he stopped the press con after that, right? So you could hear it. You could hear, if you watch that video, somebody from the White House said, let's stop. And then he said, no, let's keep on going. He said something.
Oh, he did. I didn't know he said keep it going.
Something along those lines.
Okay.
I don't know if that's exactly. I'm assuming that's what he said. And when the next girl came up, and then as soon as the girl was about to ask a question, but because the Asian American girl responded the way she did, and I guess he realized, I just said it to an Asian American reporter. This is not going to look good. And then I think he realized that after he said, no, let's keep it going. And then the second reporter was trying to get a question out. And he said, nope, no, thank you. And then he just walks away.
Actually, what happened was the second lady and the third lady, the second and the third. Actually, what they did was, it's like reporters do this they defer to the previous question. So so when Trump said, you, question from you, she gets up on the mic and kind of says, I'll defer back to the Asian lady. And then Trump goes, no, then next one. And then the next one said, I'll also defer to her because she still has a question. And then that's when Trump said, screw this, I'm out of here, right? I wanted to make the point, Gino, because that when I was watching that, the thing I found wrong with it was I found that the news media in the States felt like they weren't trying to ask questions to gather information. They were asking questions to attack, to embarrass, to make Trump look bad. I don't think that question had any relevance. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I might get Anderson Cooper telling me I'm wrong. I don't know. But I think the question kasi was irrelevant to the whole point. Okay, he said that. Big deal. Parang he said it, let it go. What I need to know is, tell me, are you really, how good a job are you doing, and how can you consider you're doing a good job when people are dying? That might have been a better
Yeah.
way of asking it.
Yeah, I think she was poking, diba? She was poking
Yeah.
to see, knowing full well that it was she would get something good out of, juicy out of it. But you're right, it is irrelevant in the sense that why do you need to know what he thinks about the competition? You already know that he thinks it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it doesn't matter if he thinks it's a competition or not.
Yep.
Like it's not a question that, you're right. It's not a question that benefits
Anyone.
the citizens of the states.
Yeah. Even if
It
you give a
doesn't,
good
right?
answer, it doesn't matter. That's the point. And that's why it was a little bit parang for me, parang, and then I've been watching quite a few, I watch quite a few of the news. And what I've noticed with the news lately, even, and I'm going to say it, even Anderson Cooper, when he has a guest on his show that he doesn't agree with, I understand he's just human, but man, the way he responds is badgering. It's like badgering a witness, which in the court of law, if this was the court of law, the judge would actually tell the lawyer, you're badgering the witness. That's the same as what they're doing on news media now. If they invite a hostile guest on their show, they will immediately attack and badger. And that's the problem. I think they're crossing a very fine line. And it is a fine line. It's hard because I understand. Like I like Christian Amanpour when she talks. She can ask a direct question and let this person speak out. And she'll still reply. But when she replies, it's still very pointed at the topic of discussion. Anderson, at some point, he was just badgering as well. Piers Morgan does it.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh, he's bad.
Piers Morgan is really, I think, number one when it comes to that. And but Anderson Cooper, you could see it, like he wasn't really like that before. It got more and more intense as the years went by, because he's probably one of the smarter reporters / newsmen around in the world. Like he's up there, right?
Yeah.
When you talk about just his intellect and his knowledge of everything in the world, he's definitely up there. So I think he understands a couple of things. He understands that there's a certain idealistic way that he thinks that people should, I guess, think the same way, and he knows that it's impossible for that to happen, right? He understands. Okay, we're on different sides. I need to make a point, get a point across, and even though he doesn't even though we're not on the same playing field, I need to make this point. He also understands that news, especially now, has become a big form of entertainment and ratings. And they know that whether you're CNN or Fox News, whichever side you're on, because they're almost the same already, and then they're just on opposite sides of the fence. He knows that when he does that, ratings will go up. Maybe he can influence people to think a certain way, and he understands all of those things, and I think that's why he does it.
When you said it's over the years that he started to become this way, I think it was over the years. I think it was when Trump won. When Trump won, what happened with media? I think during the time of Obama, Bill Clinton, George Bush, they were still combative. They were always combative. The difference, I think, was when Trump won and Trump started to attack them.
Yes.
Then they just said, all gloves are off. Screw this. We are going to talk your language. We are going to do what you do to us and throw it back at you. You badger us.
Yeah.
You tell us we're fake news. I'll call you out. Ganon. And now, interesting you brought up Fox News, though. Fox News. Now, I've seen the host there. I actually will watch Fox News because I want to see how they spin things. Fox is so freaking right wing. It is insane. They are on a polar side. So when you tell me that, now I want you to try to tell yourself if you said the
So,
right thing. You said that CNN was the exact opposite or exact extreme of
okay,
Fox's. I don't
okay.
know. I
Wait,
will. I
wait,
will.
wait, wait, wait. So, because CNN wasn't as bad as what was nowhere near as bad as Fox was before in terms of being far left, right? They weren't super anti administration,
No, they.
but
They were. They
but
would.
it
They will report what they think is not right or wrong.
yeah, but nowadays it's becoming more and more like Fox. Maybe not exactly opposite, but if this is Fox and CNN was here before, they're kind of catching up in terms of how
How
not
low?
not quite there yet.
How low
Not
they're gonna
quite
go?
there yet. You notice I didn't go up like that. I went this way because there are times really that it's gotten to the point like wow they're really just doing this because they know that number one it gets the ratings and number two because they know that since they're being attacked like you said that they can do it too. So where does the journalism part
Start
where is that?
yeah. So for
Yeah,
me,
so that line has been crossed already.
okay,
It's
that
become it's become opinionated in a sense that because okay, there's a difference with Anderson Cooper and let's say somebody who's doing the evening newscast.
mm,
There's a difference. Cooper is a personality that CNN has. So that's why he's able to give his opinion. He's able to say certain things and whatnot. The ones who do the nightly evening newscast, those guys should be 100% neutral
of
and
course,
just deliver the news as is.
right.
There's a difference. There's a difference in that sense. Local example would be Pia Hontiveros,
Mm.
right? Pia Hontiveros does the evening news for CNN Philippines. By the way, CNN Philippines and CNN International or US is different.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
and then somebody like I know this is a bad example, but a James Deacon.
Okay.
James is not a newscaster. He's a personality of CNN Philippines. That's why he's able to give his opinion on certain
Yes.
things. Pia shouldn't because she's a news anchor.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm not to compare James and
And Pia
no, not to compare James and
Anderson.
Anderson Cooper, but it's just that they're it's just personality in terms of they're not technically they're not supposed to be just news anchors. They're in a news organization, but there's a difference. It's like in the let's say in the sports world, there's an anchor and there's an analyst. They're different. The anchor will give you the play-by-play and tell you certain things that's happening. The analyst in the world of UFC, Joe Rogan,
Ah,
will tell you give you nuances here and there.
yeah.
Joe Rogan's a color guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say Joe Rogan's a color commentator. The
Yeah.
analysts are usually the fighters,
Yes.
DC,
Yeah.
those guys. Because
So but there's still a difference.
yes,
There's still a difference. Like in the NBA, like Marv Albert, Bob Costas, old school talaga. They're the play-by-play guys. And then the analyst will be usually a former player or like a Magic Johnson or Isaiah Thomas sometimes
yeah.
before. So there's a difference in roles in terms of who the people you see in newscasts, sportscasts, whatever. Because I get that a lot. I get that a lot. The parang like, what's your opinion and so and so and so and so. Like, as part of let's say SportsCenter Philippines, I'm a presenter. I'm not there to give my opinion.
Mm.
Whereas an old show like Hardball, which I was part of also, that was more opinionated. That was more opinion based.
Yep.
So there's a different format, and I think people don't understand or don't see
The
that there's a
difference.
difference between. Yeah.
Especially with the news. Now, here's the thing, though. What I noticed, because with Fox is the reason I was a little bit like taken aback when you made the comparison between Fox and CNN is because in the news reports of CNN, they're still fairly neutral and objective. They're literally just reporting what the news is. And if Trump made a statement that's outrageous and it's part of the news, Trump said this, period.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
versus Fox, oh my God, the stuff that comes out of their news stories is propaganda. It is,
Absolutely propaganda.
it's crazy. I've seen it and I'm like, do you remember when Trump first said that he didn't want to do a lockdown? And he was saying that this COVID 19 is bullshit. It's the Democrats. Fox followed that line of thought and talagang went hard as a news story saying that the Democrats are behind this COVID 19. And look at where we are now. And then, so what CNN did, what CNN did is compiled all the bullshit that Fox did and said, this is what Fox was saying before. Boom. And then, well, now Fox, you listen to Fox now, they're like, Trump is doing such a good job with this lockdown. It's the right thing to do. COVID-19 is dangerous, blah, blah, blah. And we never said that it wasn't dangerous. And then, so that's why CNN made the compilation. So that's the difference. That's why Fox for me is dangerous because they're creating a certain mindset with the hardcore supporters of Trump, making them more hardcore and talagang being very divisive. And that's a problem. When you have a news media that's supposedly independent doing that.
Yeah. But I, it's really, but Fox has really been like that for
Yeah.
quite some time now.
Oh, although,
Right?
kasi like I like Fox. I like sina Hannity and Cole dati ata before. Si Sean Hannity. I like Sean Hannity. I even like Geraldo and
I was about to say, are you gonna say Geraldo?
but
The war correspondent.
yeah, he's funny. I used to watch Fox more but now kasi I find Fox so ridiculous with the way they report that and it just started with Trump. It just became like you said how CNN and how Anderson became a little bit hardline to the left. Which is a bad metaphor saying to the left, but that's all I can think of. It's the same as Fox becoming so far right. It's crazy now that they're spewing out stuff that may not even be true. It's just opinion, but they're making it sound like it's a fact.
Yeah, and that's where the problem lies. And people, even if you have a certain percentage of people who watch it believe it, it could cause more problems than good because you're not just spreading information, you're spreading possible false information.
Yeah.
And people will take it as fact. That's what they're supposed to do, right? They're supposed to. That's what you're supposed to. The news organizations are there to give out as much information as possible, and if it's not accurate, could cause some problem.